Most, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, and salutations to the apostles and elders, great millstone salutations, and much love to you brothers out there pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. All right, and as you see the title, America is falling as Rome did. And I just want to go over this article I came across and go into some scripts here, right? Because as you see, man, America is a shithole, man. America's spiraling down the drain. Okay, you got these California getting sued by the DOJ, all right, the Department of Justice. They're getting sued over some BS about the sanctuary cities. All right, if you've been paying attention, so civil war is brewing up, man. All right, in a house, the scriptures say, a house divided, how can it stand? Okay, and it's evident that America is divided. Okay, this Donald Trump character is dividing the country. Okay, and it's beautiful because as Rome fell, all right, so is America falling as well, all right? And really, America is Rome all, reincarnated, okay? But this time, it's going to be destroyed with nuclear fire, all right? After all the collapse happened, all right? After it gets shut down, all right? It gets invaded. Everybody's on the streets hooting and hollering, crying, screaming for their moms. That's when Yahweh Shai, our Lord and Savior, the one people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, is going to return and destroy this place, all right? But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into this. All right. All right, this is an article. So let me make sure I'm good. Okay, this is an article on the New Republic.com. All right. And it's entitled, Are We Witnessing the Fall of the American Empire? And it's absolutely correct. Everyone here in America and everybody throughout the four corners of the earth is witnessing the fall, all right, in the rising of a new empire, okay? The fall of the American empire, the fall of Esau society, okay? And in the beginning of the Israelite society, okay? That's going to be ruled under Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, all right? This new empire is going to be ruled in righteousness. All right, there ain't gonna be no wicked rulers. All right, ain't gonna be no false dealings. It's gonna be ruled in righteousness. There's not gonna be unlawful laws. Wicked decrees. And let me get that real quick. Just to back up what I said about this is the end of Esau's kingdom. In the beginning of the Israelite kingdom. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Right? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. And it's not talking about the end of the world, like the earth is going to blow up. It's talking about an era. All right. It's talking about this current empire. All right. This current society that we live in is coming to an end. All right, and it's clear. And Jacob, meaning Israel, is the beginning of it that follows. So the Israel is going to be the beginning, all right, and they're going to rule forever and ever under Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. And it's coming soon, all right? Let's read on. Let's read this stuff. I'm not going to read this whole article. If brothers want to look it up, there's a link, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. But anyway, Trump's presidency is often compared to the decline of Rome, but the reality is much more complicated. And through the spirit, Donald J. Trump, all right, he could have been one of the emperors of Rome, all right? I mean, they compare him to a few of them here, but, we don't know exactly who he was. He could have been one of the, as the apostles say, he could have been one of the emperors that came out of the Flavian dynasty, all right? The Flavian dynasty consists of Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian. Okay, those three devils, and then there was some straight devils, man. Just like this devil that's president right now, the ruler of this the so-called president of this current empire. All right, right. Let's read on. As a porn star sues President Donald Trump over a deal to keep her quiet about an alleged affair, and his White House is drained of everyone but his family, it's hard not to think that America is entering into a period of decadence that rivals imperial Rome in lewdness. Let's look that word up. Let's look a couple of these words up. Get an understanding of them. Decadence. Moral or cultural decline as characterized by excessive indulgence in pleasure or luxury. And that's exactly what's going on here in America. It's on a moral decline, okay? In a cultural decline because the excess indulgence in pleasure. Everybody wants to please themselves. Everybody wants to live luxurious lives. All right? Debauchery. And I like to use that word a lot. It's a synonym for decadence. This is one of my favorite words, debauchery. Excessive indulgence in sensual pleasures. And that's what America's all about. All right. America's not worried about anything helping the world and making the earth a better place and making America a greater place. No, they're all about debauchery, man. Decadence. They're just indulged in sensual pleasures or luxury. Okay. So that's that. That's why America is on the decline. All right. And let's look up this word because it said the decadence that rivals imperial Rome in luridness. Let's see what luridness is. Gruesome, horrible, revolting, shocking. All right, so it's a shocking resemblance of how America is on the decline, as was Roman Empire. All right, because what did the Roman Empire was rebirthed here in America? So of course, there's no new thing under the sun. Everything is reincarnated. So guess what? Of course, they're going to be shockingly comparable. All right. Because what? This is the Roman Empire all over again. All right. Even for the Daniels news, some historians and journalists compare Trump to famously degenerate Roman emperors. And in additional earlier this year, New York editor David Remnick predicted future scholars will sift through Trump's digital proclamations the way we now read the chronicles of Nero's Rome. All right. And if you read about Nero, he was an idiot. Okay. This guy was an idiot. All right. Straight up and down. He was an idiot. All right. He was adopted by Claudius. Okay. And then he became his successor. All right. And that's how he became emperor of Rome. But the dude, he was actually the one that began the Jewish Romans wars, okay, and then eventually committing suicide. Right, but he was the adopted son of Claudius. You know, brothers can go into that history to understand how an unhinged emperor can make a mockery of republic institutions. And exactly, that's what Nero did. He made a mockery of the public institution. That's why they it was pretty much a revolt against him. And then I think the Gaius or something, it starts with a G. I can't remember exactly how to say it, but was the one that preceded him. All right, he was the next emperor in line because this dude Nero made a mockery of the Republican institution. So people wanted him out of there. So he fled and eventually committed suicide. All right, but we'll continue. Undo the collective nervous systems of a country and degrade the whole of public life. And that's what Donald Trump is doing here in America. He's degrading, all right, public life in America. All right. He's making a straight mockery. He's making America a straight laugh. He's making America the laughing stock of the world. All right, because you know, this he was on TV, man, for most of his life. All right. He declared bankruptcy how many times? But people still follow this guy like, you know, he came out of nowhere and people actually believe in this dude. All right. You got some Jakes that believe in this dude. When I say Jakes, I'm talking about Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the Israelites according to the Bible. All right. And Edomites, Esau is the so-called white man. All right. The same rulers that we're talking about here, Nero, Caligula, right? President Donald Trump, they're all Edomites. Not all Roman empires were Edomites, though. Let's get that straight. All right, Caligula has been invoked even more often. A comparison that the New York Times columnist Paul Krugman called unfair to Caligula. All right, because Caligula was the uncle of Nero. All right, the brother of Claudius. All right, so Caligula was the not the emperor before Nero, but the emperor before Nero's father, which was Claudius. All right, so and I believe that that they come out of the Julius, all right, Julius Caesar line, all right, because you had Julius Caesar, you had Octavius or Octavian, which later was named Augustus. Okay, then you had who else? You had damn, it's escaping my mind right now. Clark. Oh boy. You had Julius Caesar, Octavius or Augustus. You had Tiberius, and then you had Caligula, which is talking about right there, and then you had Claudius, and then Nero. All right, those first five that I named, they all come from the same line. Okay, they were all family. All right, Julius Caesar, the first emperor, Octavian being his nephew, and then I don't know, I forget the relation between Tiberius, but nonetheless, all the way up to Claudius, they were all family. And then this bastard right here, Nero, was adopted by Claudius. All right, just to get some quick background secular history. All right, so we'll continue. If Trump is behaving like a Roman Empire, what does that say about the state of the American empire? The informal hegemony that the United States has enjoyed since 1945. Last summer, conservative pundit Bill Kristol suggested that Trump's America mirrored the fall of the Roman Empire. Of course it does. Once again. All right. Let's jump down here. He says the American empire is crumbling. University of Wisconsin historian Alfred McCoy declared to The Intercept that Trump has been demolishing pillars of U.S. global power. All right, because really that's what's happening, man. He's destroying America. He's not making America great again. He's destroying it. He's weakened the NATO alliance. He's weakened our alliances with Asian allies along the Pacific littoral. All right, and that's scriptural. All right. And you're going to understand what this is getting at here in a bit, but I'm going to go ahead and read this because America is the whore, all right, that great whore that ride upon the beast, all right, and the horns would be the EU and, all right, NATO, all right, Revelation 17:16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, okay? So these EU nations, these NATO, all right, nations, right along with Russia, China, and so on, India, Iran, they're all gonna hate the whore, which is already happening thanks to Donald Trump. All right, he's cutting ties with NATO, he's cutting ties with the EU. He's saying they're useless. They're gonna hate her and make her desolate. How? Nuclear fire and making her naked, bringing out America's wickedness, bringing out America, lifting up America's skirt. All right, and they're gonna ultimately burn her with the nuclear missiles, man. All right, let's continue on. All right, but what I wanted to hit on, really, that's all I'm gonna read out of here. But really, what I wanted to hit on is how they're saying that Rome, it's a great comparison how Rome is falling, or how America is falling like Rome did. Okay, and let's just get into the scriptures now. All right, this is Revelation, or Daniel's chapter 7, verse 7. After this, I saw in the night vision and beheld the fourth beast, dreadful and terrible. And this is speaking about the ancient Roman Empire. Okay, the pagan Roman Empire. This is speaking on them. All right, the Roman Empire that was in play 2,000 years ago. All right. After this, I saw in the night vision and beheld a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly. All right, because the Roman Empire, they conquered the known world at that time. all right, through brute force. All right, they overcame. Uh, they were all the way up in Britain, all the way down in Africa. Okay, they even made it to parts of Asia. Okay, they infiltrated part of the Silk Road. Okay, that's history. All right, Tiberius, he made it all the way out there to Asia. Okay, and strong exceedingly, and they had great iron teeth. All right, and what is teeth? Teeth is the power. All right, of an animal. Most animals. All right. So it said, and it had great iron teeth, and the iron is one of the heaviest, strongest metals you can have. All right, you can build things out of. So that means that's why it says the beast was strong exceedingly. All right, it devoured and break in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it. All right, because it devoured these other nations, right, and broke them down. All right, such as the previous empire kingdom, which was the Greeks. All right, the Grecians. All right, they all got stomped down, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and they had 10 horns. All right, so it was diverse from all the beasts, because as also Tahar went into, prior to this, all these empires, they had been ruled, okay, by kings. All right, and now you get what's it called? You get the Roman Empire, and now it's a republic. Okay, all right. The Senate would vote in the emperor. All right, and they had 10 horns. Okay, now let's see what happened to the ancient Roman Empire according to the scriptures, because we know what happened to it according to the secular history. Obviously, it's not around anymore, right? The ancient Roman Empire got destroyed. All right, it fell. All right, but let's go into this. Revelation 20:1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven. All right, and that angel is talking about Yahushua. All right, and Yahushua used different men to bring down the Roman Empire. Okay, the pagan Roman Empire, which was under the rulership of Edomites mainly. But he used quite a few people. And, it actually started before Septimius Severus. All right, it started before him, but he was really the one that made it happen. But it was on a decline before him. All right, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. All right, so that's speaking about the Roman Empire. All right, because you take a look. All right, they failed. The pagan Roman Empire fell around, roughly 3 something AD. All right, and the Esau started coming back into power during the time of the Renaissance, which began around the late 1300s. All right, early 1400s. So that's approximately 1,000 years that they were this devil. All right, talking about the Edomites. All right, was cast down to the bottomless pit, and that bottomless pit is Europe. All right, and the reason it's a bottomless pit because there's not really any resources in Europe. All right, it's pretty much that's why they had to go take everybody else's resources, because they don't have no real resources over there. All right, Revelation 20:3, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more. All right, so Yahushua sealed these devils up. All right, so they couldn't deceive the nations no more and rule the nations. All right, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. So after those 1,000 years came the time of the Renaissance, and then Esau came back into power, and this is now we living in that little season that he's been ruling. All right. But what? America was has only been established for like 200 something years. The actual, country itself, they've been here for longer. Esau came over here longer than that, but the actual place America, which we're gonna get into though. All right. So now we understand what happened to the old Rome. Now we're gonna find out about the new Rome, which is here in America. Verse 8. Because now verse 8, Daniel 7 and 8 is speaking on America. All right, talking about the new Roman Empire. All right. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. All right. And that little horn is talking about America, because America started off as a small country. Okay. They only had 13 colonies. And those 10 horns is talking about those horns that in Revelation 17 we read. This is the EU and NATO. All right. Because that's what, the Roman Empire, the beast, all right, consists of. All right. The EU, NATO, and this little horn is speaking about here is America, Babylon the Great. Okay. A new Rome, before whom there were three. Okay, let me read that again. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom, sorry, so the key word, before whom there were three of the first horns plucked up by the roots. All right. And where's that? What is that? So this little horns is taking the place of these three horns. All right. Here in America, that happened here in America because you had the British, the French, and the Spanish that owned America. They were the ones that came here to America and conquered it. Okay. The British, the Spanish, and the French. Right. And you had the Revolutionary War against the British. You had the Spanish-American War and the French-American War. Okay. And that's how they were plucked up by the roots, because the roots were them establishing, their the different ports and their colonies when they arrived to the shores of America. Right. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of men, and a mouth speaking great things. All right. That's talking about America. Now let's go back to Revelation 20. All right, verse 7, Revelation 27. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth. And that's what Esau has been doing. All right. Mainly these are the Esau in America. Okay. This, because like I said, this is the Roman Empire all over again. All right. Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. So ultimately, Russia is going to be leading the charge to destroy America. All right. But let's get this. Because it said, the scripture said, and behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of men, and a mouth speaking great things. All right. All right. All right, and this is going on to this is going into how the Roman Empire was wounded, through them getting shut up into the bottomless pit. Okay, cast it into the bottomless pit. All right, Revelation 13:1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. That's talking about the EU and NATO. And upon his well, the 7 heads would be let me get it. Damn. Let me get it. It's Germania, West Germania, East Germania, France. What else you got? Britannica. Let me just get it. I got it somewhere here. All right, bear with me 1 second, brothers. Here we go. All right, so the 7 heads would be the 7 governments or the kingdoms ruled by Esau. All right, the first one would be Germania Major, the Romans, the French, the Spanish, Germania Minor, the British, the Greeks. Okay, and then the 10 horns The 10 horns would be the EU, which was has been increased to, I forget how many countries, but originally it was 10. All right. Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Greece, Spain, Portugal, England, Ireland, and West Germany or Germany. All right. So that's that. All right. Upon his heads, 10 crowns, and that's those crowns of those different kingdoms. All right. The governments. And upon his heads, the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Okay, so this the dragon being the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire, which goes all the way down onto the to this beast, all right, this Edomite system, all right, it's the one that gave authority to America, all right. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered at the beast. All right, that's speaking on America, I believe. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, "Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with the beast?" And that's talking about America. Everybody says, "Oh, who can deal with America? How can America be destroyed?" Right? Hey, it's all written in the Bible. But look, now America is on a decline. All right, it's on a moral, cultural decline, and it's going to lead to the end of America. All right, we are witnessing the fall of the American empire. Okay, all right, but this is the point I wanted to hit on. And they worship the dragon. Okay, verse 5, 13, Revelation 13:5. And there was given unto him a mouth, unto who? To that beast. All right. Remember, hold on, where is it? Okay, here we go. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. But here, the reason I wanted to bring that out because it said, and behold, Daniel 7:8, and behold, in this horn were the eyes like eyes of men, and a mouth speaking great things. And this is talking about the same thing. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things, all right, and blasphemies. That's talking about America, the new Roman Empire. Okay, once it was cast, brought down to the bottomless pit. All right, it was healed. All right, it was the deadly wound was healed. Okay, that head being America, the head that was wounded, or the Roman Empire that was wounded. Because remember, I read that the seven heads, one of them was the Roman Empire. Okay, and that wounded head were wounded to death. All right, like we read in Revelation 20, this is when it was wounded. All right, when it was when it was cast. See, look, and he laid hold on the dragon, the old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Right. So that's what that scripture is talking about. And the Roman Empire was wounded, and then it was healed. All right, during the time of the Renaissance. All right, and then, like I said, the EU, the NATO, the dragon, okay, is ultimately the beast. All right, and that dragon is the the NATO, man. All right, the beast. The beast is all those European, all those Edomite kingdoms. Okay, and that's who gave power onto the beast. All right, all those European it's a lot, all those Edomite kingdoms. All right, the kingdom of Esau, this was the one that gave power onto the beast, meaning America. And they worship the beast, saying, "Who is like unto the beast?" All right, so that's plain and simple, and that's why America is going to be destroyed. All right, but let's read on. As a matter of fact, let me see here. All right. Now this is going to be how America is going to ultimately be destroyed. This is Revelation 20 and 9. And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city, and fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and they shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. All right. And that's what's coming, man. America's going to be destroyed with nuclear fire. All right. Death and destruction is coming for you people here in America, man. Plain as that. All right. And these other kingdoms is going to take part in destroying America. And that's what we long for, right? So yes, we are witnessing the fall of the American empire, okay? All right. And with that, brothers, Adawan Ratazah, this was edifying. Mawath Lababal, Mawath Lababal, Mawath Lababal, Kahala Yahal Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Rachakodash, Shalom.